Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's the Wake Your Ass Up morning show with Core DJ LA, playing a little bit of everything and especially that West Coast flavor, okay? Then you got the morning shift with Zaire. He comes in and does interviews, plays a lot of great music, and of course, videos and news you can use, right? Then directly after that is the Method Lab from 2 to 4 with Gio and Larry, followed by Fire in the Streets with OG, our music director. Make sure you check him out, playing some of the best independent music from across the nation every single day, Monday through Friday, 4 to 6, right here on hittinghardradio.com. Also, a lot of great stuff going on in the evening time between the hours of 6 and 9, Monday through Friday. So make sure you tune in for those shows as well. We have Caesar Studio with Way Back Wednesday show on the Comfort Zone. And then every Thursday night is Throwback Thursday. A lot of smooth grooves and a lot of funk and electro. All that stuff kicks in. Starts right here at 9 p.m. till 11 every Thursday night. So don't go nowhere. Make sure you guys tune in and check them out. And then obviously every Friday, it is Hitting Hard Mix Show with the Pitch Control DJs, bringing you all the flavor you can handle for your house parties. If you're not going out to the club, you want to tune in, all you gotta do is listen to these dudes right here. About to get it in. Keep it locked right here, hittinghardradio.com.
What you doing still in bed, man? Yo, you need to punch in for that morning shift MKE with Zaire, right here on hittinghardradio.com, exclusively from 10 to 2 p.m. Check it out, man. You're missing out.
Welcome everybody to the show. Welcome to the Method Lab, the METHOD Lab. All right, it is Monday. We are back in full effect, back to our regular schedule, and it is Monday. A hot as fuck Monday. Drink some water Monday. Stay hydrated Monday. Cause it feels like a middle of July date, and it's hot. It is hot in the studio today, but we are here. We're full energy. We're ready for the week. So let's start talking some shit. Welcome to everybody that comes on a weekly basis to the show and in personal life. You know, more than happy for you, I guess. But yeah, welcome to the show. Here at hittinghardradio.com. Radio you can watch. Make sure you go to the website. Make sure you hit the bookmark button. Add us to your home screen. Add us to your Roku, on your browser, on your TVs, your smart TVs, your not so smart TVs, your PlayStations, however. Just put us on a bookmark and listen to us. Listen to us throughout the day. Like Eleazar went through our programming for the week. We've been switching it up here. We are looking to revamp the station here going into the summer months. As you guys know, we are part of a lot of the festivals going on here locally, so we're gearing to prepare to go into that, which is August, our Super Bowl, our busiest month here at the station. So for those of you that didn't know, make sure you go and follow the Hitting Hard, the Pulse of the City page on Facebook, and all of our other pages that we tend to follow us personally at our social medias. I am Gio from the lab, and that over there is Larry from the lab, I believe, on all social media platforms.
Nice.
So make sure you follow us and you stay tuned for our shit and shenanigans and all those other nannigan words that I can't think of right now. It's hot, ladies and gentlemen. It's hot. It's hot. My brain is I just got out the shower, so it's accumulating data on how to perspire in this inclement weather. You see, the big words right there.
I'm going for it.
I'm practicing because I want to become what do I want to say? I'm one of those guys that does a job and can do it poorly every single day. Still
Politician?
get paid.
Politician?
No, but no one ever gets mad at them. A meteorologist. I want to start doing the weather report. The weather report. But yeah, no, Monday. No, wait, that's Friday. Not Monday. Monday sounds like a speech impediment.
Yeah.
But it is Hangover Monday, or the Monday hangover, however you prefer it. Some of you did wake up hungover, and some of you wish you were hungover or had sick time at your job, but you don't have any. So make your boxes, fill your quotas, message us on the feed if you're out there. Let us know how you're doing.
I don't.
Let us know how your weekend went. I know Larry just got back from a very important trip, the family shindigs. He can bring you guys in if he chooses as to what he got into and whatnot. But I, for one, I worked all weekend and got rest at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a healthy balance of as soon as I was done with work, I went home and slept 10 hours. I fucking loved it. I loved it. The only, like JC said, the only thing missing is a missus. But she can leave right after.
Oh my
Because
God.
the Uber is out front. But preferably, if you know me, she would have her own car and her own establishment and her own shit together. But
Right.
that's for tomorrow's conversation. What up, Vonnie?
Oh my goodness.
But yes, to all the groups that allow us to share, as Larry is doing right now, we appreciate you guys letting us join you on your platforms. Before we get into the show, though, I want to remind everybody that not this weekend, but the following weekend on Saturday, a glorious Saturday morning, we are going to be working with the Move Forward Foundation, our local and fellow nonprofit here in Milwaukee. You might know them as a hip hop chess club, amongst many other things. Mrs. Yesenia's dance studio, and her lovely husband who makes phenomenal suits, who's a tailor. And I don't know what the male version or the male term for a seamstress would be. But that is what his occupation is. They do great work over there. And we as a team wanted to really get to know this organization, fellow entrepreneurs. Shout out to Raquel Rocks. You might know her for her artistry as a local MC. But hats off to them, everybody over there. Louis Man, who we met with Almil, who was in here with Blade, who's also a fellow meth head here. All those guys are part of this organization, so we show love and support. And what we are doing is we're doing a car wash here at 729 or 731, future location of La Bodega Coffee Shop. We are going to be doing a car wash in the back alley to collect funds for activities for the kids for the remainder of the summer, to purchase chessboards, to be able to facilitate snacks and drinks. And if you haven't been, they have great family events where you can bring the kids to hang out and learn how to break dance, learn how to mix, learn how to play chess, learn how to mingle with other kids, play games, have a good time. So if you're into that or you have kids that would like to be a part and want more information, make sure you come on down for that. If you follow the page on Facebook or you are a member of the Method Lab chat group, you have seen the flyer. We will be reposting it. We will be talking about it all week leading up into the event. If I'm not mistaken, next week, this Friday, the 15th, we will have a few members of this organization coming in for an interview with Zaire in the morning shift from 10 to 11. So make sure you tune in for that as well. But yeah, man, bring your hoopty, bring your benzo, let the kids wash the cars, come out. The boombox is going to be out in full effect. There might be some giveaways. There's definitely going to be information. It's going to be a nice family time, man. So if you have nothing to do and you want to bring the kiddos out, or nieces and nephews, or just kids on the block that you see have nothing to do and their parents don't give a shit about them, bring them along. Bring them along. Show them something different.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, on that note, welcome to the show. We are here. A male seamstress is called a seamster. Okay. Thank you, Vonnie. Yeah. A seamster. Seamster.
I actually am excited about that. Having Hip Hop Chess Club come through and having that whole setup. It's going to be real dope. It's going to be a good experience. And it's going to be definitely a lot of fun for everyone, especially if, you're somebody who don't frequent the South Side, to come on down, It's a good networking opportunity, but at the same time, it's a great atmosphere away from whatever drama or whatever craziness is going on. Because, like Gio said earlier, it's hot.
Está caliente.
And I don't mean hot like heat.
Ronald. Hot boy Ronald.
Because let me tell you something. When I touched down, my mom is used to this. She's used to heat. She comes from Arizona.
Mom's in town?
No.
Oh, I was going to say.
Talking about when we went to Dallas.
Oh, okay.
She comes from Arizona.
because she's from Arizona.
So,
yeah.
It's been 106.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
So she and that's dry heat. And trust me, 106 in dry heat, it's hot if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody that's hydrated up, you got your daily intake of water in, good water in, you step out in that, you'll feel the heat of the sun, but you'll also feel that cool breeze too. You don't get that in Dallas. No. When we touched down, it was 98. Actually, no. I take that back. It was 99. 99. Okay? It was 99 degrees. And it was all sun, no clouds. None.
That's the devil's work.
So immediately my daughter's like, oh my God, I hate it.
Oh. She's such a teenager.
But no. You got to understand. She hasn't really felt southern heat. She's never been south. Down south. And we're in Dallas and Irving where it connects. We're like right at the point. We're literally by the Dallas Stadium. We're right we're everywhere. We're right near everything. So we're right in the heart of Dallas. And she was expecting, this, desert and stuff like that. And you could see a little bit of it. But here's the thing. Once we left the airport, called a Lyft and took us out. And it was really cool because we weren't that far away. But we were able to see what they were doing there. And wow. Dallas is a very, very beautiful fucking place. I gotta say it. Like I expected. I'm not a Dallas fan.
Yeah, I don't know. There's too much gray, blue, and silver down there. For
Here's
my
the thing.
taste.
Here's the thing.
Like if they move the team, then maybe I'll visit.
I thought when you go there, that's what you would see all the time, and I was wrong.
No.
Dallas loves each and every one of their teams. No team really dominates that, that city, that Providence, that whole Dallas community supports their hockey team, their baseball team, their colleges, their football team, their basketball team. They go by the season. So if you like or have any respect for sports, it's a community-based thing. They rally for each and every team, and they come out. They come out and they show up. And they're really, really, like, people that are from Dallas are really mannered. Like, they have so much, like...
I'm going to say something very controversial right now. Very controversial.
What, about Dallas?
About Texas in general.
About Texas in general?
Yeah. Most people I've met in my lifetime from Texas have been fucking wonderful, beautiful, well-mannered people. Obviously, they have their personalities, and you have those assholes. But Hispanics, Latinos from Texas, oh my God. Oh my God. Oy vey, I tell you. They're fucking assholes. They're fucking assholes. They're the ones that can't shut up about the Cowboys. They're the ones that can't shut up about how everything's better in Texas. Like nah, B, you got... the only difference is your state is 4 or 5 times bigger than my state. Then amenities and beautiful landscapes and beautiful drives and beautiful communities and places to go, There's not much different between Texas and Wisconsin. Obviously the heat and the weather and, the population.
I will say
it's just different. There's a lot more water things to do here. Over there, there's not that many bodies of water, or at least as close by as here. You can go 10 minutes,
That motherfucker got some water.
Yeah.
They found some water. They made some fucking water.
Oh, yeah, they have man-made shit, but that doesn't count.
Listen. Fuck that. They got gondolas going down, these motherfuckers, man. I mean, gondolas where you literally have to drop $350 just to ride them motherfuckers for an hour.
Not my gondola.
These motherfuckers are to the 9. You want to take somebody on a romantic date? They trick that son bitch out, ride that bitch in the evening, and them talking about they will candlelit that motherfucker and supply you with, like, just a whole motherfucking scene. Now, it might not let you fuck, but I don't know. You meet the right person singing, it might let you. I don't know. But for the most part, it's whatever you want it to be. And it's out there. And there's not just that one, but they're spotted out in various provinces and stuff like that where you can just do that shit. They got so many different things. It's like they got the same stuff that we have, but like
on steroids.
No, they kept up with it.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. They kept up with it. Like,
that's how you keep up with things. You put them on steroids.
But see, here's the thing.
We at our park system, we still have the fucking gondolas and the little canoe boats from 1935.
Yeah, but see, they don't run like
and
how they run down there because motherfuckers is fighting and they gotta like close down for like a month and a half. You know what I'm saying? Before they get the occupation back and shit. Like, okay. Like, they have African American History Museum, right? Same as ours. They have more of an attendance and everything is put the way it's supposed to be. They took our shit and just destroyed, like, fuck that all, like, fuck that. They just repossessed that shit, damn near, And it's like it's a huge contrast. It's like the Upside Down, but a good version. And like I'm like, damn, did I just come out the fucking portal? What the fuck? Like, why is my shit just upside down? It's the same fucking thing.
We know what it is. It's the
Yeah.
fact that economically we're set to fail here in this state, and over there's so many more opportunities out there.
I think it's deeper than that. I think it's Aaron Rodgers.
No shit. I think Aaron Rodgers owns part of the Black History Museum.
That's why it's down.
I think he got a percentage when he bought into the Bucks. Actually, our museum's not bad. The one that's right there on, what is it? On Center? No, not Center. It's on. It's over in Brownsville. I forget what that north and MLK, right there up the block. The area is not the greatest, but the museum itself, I've done work in there. It's actually relatively nice, but the attendance and the engagement is really not what it should be, I guess.
They were taking, that place is missing artifacts that was supposed to be there. Some that were there, and they took them back. Took them, some were destroyed even. Here,
From the old museum?
both from the old museum and from that one.
Oh, shit.
And it's a travesty knowing that up here in the north, the state of what used to be red and now is blue.
Is it? I thought it was vice versa. I thought Trump won the state.
Trump didn't win the election.
True. But it stayed red, though, I think.
I don't think so.
No, it didn't.
No,
I
it
don't
didn't.
know.
It swung.
We flip-flopped.
We flipped. We was red. We've always been voting for red as a majority, but they flipped. We were one of the states that flipped. Now, when you look at, I want to say, things like they have the place where you can obviously see the grassy knoll. Fascinating place. Fascinating setup. You can look at the rifle. You can't touch it, but you can look at it. You can see.
Probably not the rifle.
I have my doubts, but still, it's a good representation of
Yeah.
what it looked like, and also it was of the same caliber. So it may not have been the exact rifle, which I doubt it was either, but it's definitely the same that he used, and it just kind of confirms like he wasn't the only one that did this fucking shit. He definitely.
Did they have, like, the animatronic JFK?
No,
Where you're like, ah! And they just, like,
no,
like a gust of wind, just like...
they had like just the
History's to make fun of people.
They had like the clips of
I laugh for Marilyn Monroe.
They have like the clips of like clip for clip of,
Oh, do
of
they?
meter seconds
Up, they
until
show
the the pow and all that. So you're able to
pink mist.
look like by scene by scene, like second by second, and see that in the reaction. And it's a grainy film because it's obviously vintage, but it's clipped.
Do you know
Yeah,
what
scenes.
JFK's last words were?
My zippers down or some shit.
Pull my finger.
Oh my god, it came out the wrong end. It was it
That
just,
again was a joke from Marilyn Monroe.
which Marilyn Monroe got a lot of love down there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I was a little questionable, my mother was questionable about that shit. Like they had her they had her advertised as Zales, like Marilyn Monroe diamond set, and it was like, how these motherfuckers know that they even like that Marilyn Monroe would prove any of this shit, like and there's a lot of artwork of her and a lot of other stuff too. So I thought that was very interesting. I was like, oh, and that was at the when we went to the Galleria Mall, which is fucking huge. 6 motherfucking floors
Shit.
of stores.
How many Foot Lockers?
Fuck a Foot Locker. They had one Foot Locker,
One
but they
kid's
had a
Foot Locker.
Champs. They had a kids Foot Locker. They had Journey's Kids. They had Foot Action, Foot Alley, Shoe Shop. They had just all these different kinds of shoe stores and stuff. all different kinds of clothing stores, all different kinds of like cologne stores, and like on the top floors were the food.
Did they have a B12 vitamin store?
GNC?
No, I mean like an actual B12 where you can go get B12 injections.
No.
No.
But they had a shy reflexology shop
Oh shit.
where you can
okay.
go in there and get your feet
touch
fucked
on.
with and straighten some shit out. So you
I
can
don't
go in
trust
there
them
with a bunch of specialists. They had like their own top floor. It was their own wing, right above the anchor store. It was incredible.
I don't know. I don't trust those express massages.
They had an ice rink in there.
Oh shit. Okay.
The same one Tanya Hardin used to fucking skate in when she was a kid.
Oh nice.
Not where she learned how to club that kneecap because she didn't do it.
No.
But her boyfriend did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, ex-husband. Ex-husband did it.
He learned that at the batting range.
Right.
That's on the third floor.
Right. But yeah, they were in there.
Was there a Love Sack store?
Yes, it was.
There was? I fucking hate that store.
We went in.
Most
My mother-
expensive pieces of shit ever.
Hold up.
They look dope.
Hold up.
Well made.
Hold up.
Expensive as shit.
Hold up. Hold up. When we went to this one in Dallas, my mom, my aunt, and my daughter had never been inside the Love Sack store.
Okay.
So as soon as I seen Love Sack, I said, "Oh shit, it's Love Sack!" And they were like, "What the hell is that?" I was like, "Come with me." And I went in there because as soon as I went in there, I saw they had this new
Yeah, they
seat. It was like a sofa,
have. Yeah.
but they had this sheet that was like a white, like they had their own like throw rug type of sheet. Like
Okay.
they made one for the Love Sacks.
Yeah.
And in this sofa had built-in speakers.
Yeah,
And
I
it
did
was
see that.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And I was like, here. I told my mom and my auntie, come. Like, sit. I damn near was working there. I was like, come, sit. Just sit here. She's like, I don't think you. I was like, trust me. And the lady that was in there, she was like, yeah, go ahead, sit. And they sat down. My daughter saw this big old plush,
Yeah.
like fat ass fucking ball.
Yeah.
And she was like, what is this? I was like, sit in it. And she sat in it and it just, she was like, oh my God. Now my mom and my aunt already sunk into the sofa love seat. And as soon as my aunt sat in, she's like, oh my God, this is the most comfortable thing. And she went into, you know, her let me tell you something. My aunt and my mom have these I'm realizing I come from a family with superpowers. They're not like flying and all this other shit, although I don't know. Some of them might. I don't know. But the things that a lot of my family members can do are very interesting. And they really do marvel a lot in a lot of ways. My mom and my aunt are really fast thinkers. Like, it is nothing for them to just go straight and beam in on something and just see the potential, or they see the angles. Like my mom, for the life of me, things that she can touch or pinpoint draw success. It's like she knows where the money's going. She knows where the trend is going. She can watch it. She just knows. She knows where things are going, where things are heading. It's like she can just read it. When she was in VCOM, there was a story that we're telling. It was when they were at VCOM, there was a gentleman who was at the horse race. He was betting on horses and stuff, and that was Gary Vee was there and all the people and stuff, and they were there, and everybody knows Gary Vee's favorite number is 5. Okay, he said this before, or at least my auntie found out. I don't know, but his favorite number is 5. So this guy knew that, and he was at this horse race. Gary Vee was there, so he wanted to bet on a number. So by my mom, she was like, well, just bet on 5. He's like, all right. So he handed her the tickets. Like, she went and, he paid, but she went and got the ticket. And then he was like, just hold on to it. She was just sitting there, okay. He's like, "You sure? You think it's gonna be fine?" She's like, "I really don't know any of the fucking horses. I don't bet on horses. I bet on the jockey." That's how she is. She don't bet on the fucking horse. The jockey is where she's thinking. So that's what made her say, "I'm going 5." She just knew. Let me tell you something. That horse was dead last when the motherfucking block started off. For some odd reason, after it made that turn and then came around for that final, the son of a bitch took the fuck off. I mean, when I say took the fuck off, it fucking went from, War Machine to Ja Morant. Like, it just started jumping along and just took the fuck off and damn near left a trail of flames behind and shot off by a long shot. Now, as this shit is happening, this dude is going ape shit. The whole section is going ape shit. Everybody is seeing this shit. Even my auntie is reacting like, that motherfucker's about to win. My mom is still sitting there holding this goddamn ticket like, unfazed. And you know why? Because she already knew the motherfucker went. She knew. She just felt it. She's just there. When she's tuned in, she's tuned in. Shit happens when she's at casinos. She can just feel where, I think this one's hot. And she just takes the bet. And she pulls out and wins. And she don't go and abuse it. She just knows like, all right. Got my trip paid for. And that's it. She doesn't abuse it. My Uncle Roger has that same gift. He plays only when he gambles when he needs to, and when he wins, it's it. And he hits. And he doesn't sit there, let it ride, and just ride. No. He plays it patiently. He plays it cool, and yet he can just feel. He uses it to fish for some fucking reason. And he would always pick the spot. He would just be like, just look at the wind, feel it. I think I'm going to go to Fort McCoy today. I feel like the catfish are biting. And here you go. Come back. 8 fucking catfishes and shit. Just loaded the fuck up. Call everybody. We're having a fish fry. Just start strapping knives and shit. Just knows. My auntie, as soon as she sat in that chair, her mind was working. She was already thinking because she's like a planner. She can organize the shit. My mom can do this too. But San just attacks. She follows the trends too. And when she felt that chair, she was like, my basement could use a rec room, and I could build this. And I was sitting there, and she was in her mind looking at the sectionals and stuff. I can really loop this into a theater room. And I'm sitting there like, holiday season is going to be awesome. If she does those seats, holiday seasons will be very awesome. Very, very awesome. I gotta say. But it was amazing. It was so much fun being around. They knew, like my daughter was looking for stuff that she was trying to, because she couldn't find a lot of anime stuff here in Wisconsin. I mean, you could, but most of it had to be shipped to you. Not in Dallas. Dallas is a huge fucking community of anime lovers, blurs, nerds, herds, turds, whatever the fuck you want to call it. All of them. Damn near everyone. From TSA down to the motherfucking bellhop at the Omni Resort. From Cuba. like the motherfuckers was everywhere. Everywhere. Anything you wanted. The only thing you couldn't find there was Hellfire Club t-shirts or memorabilia from Stranger Things. That shit was sold out on opening day.
I hate that.
What?
That became a trend.
Hellfire Club?
Yeah.
Love that shit.
I wanted to be the only one. I got the jean jacket.
I just want the shirt with the black sleeves. It says Hellfire Club. Only reason I wanted it was because I knew the reference from, of course, Marvel. But I always did like that shirt. When I saw the black sleeves, I was like, that's fucking dope. I actually fucking like that shirt. That's the only thing. My daughter's like, I want a hoodie. I was like, all right, but I just want that shirt. I don't want nothing else. Just that shirt. That's it. No t-shirt, no bucket hat, no hoodie, no leather jacket. Just that shirt. I want the shirt Eddie died in. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. It's fucking awesome. And we watched that before we left. And I was upset because I thought for sure when it said second part of the season, I thought they meant like 7 more episodes. And instead, they gave us 2 big-ass movies. Yeah. And I was like, oh, all right, but still.
Could have gave us 7 big-ass
Seven
movies.
big-ass movies, you know, like, come on, man, just finish this shit out. Like, stop peeling the Band-Aid and just start killing these motherfuckers, man, shit. As soon as they got to Sam, I was just like, having to kill the bitch. And it was messed up. It was messed up. And they didn't pull the trigger. They didn't pull the trigger. And I was like, man, this would be perfect. If you're going to continue it, if you're going to extend it to season 5, that's how you really grip it. You don't, that's Infinity War shit. Like, man, kill that girl off and, you know, take over the town.
I had an issue with them popping fucking Papa with a motherfucking 50 cal sniper rifle from the helicopter and him living 6 hours later to give his final word. Because a 50 cal or any rifle shot from a helicopter straight through the fucking chest would have left him like fucking
He told her over 22 times. He was like, hey, 11.
You know, if you had 6 and 5, it's 11.
Who the fuck is that pulling up? Hey, 11. Tell him to give me a ride.
I think I left the stove on.
Fucking crush his skull and die.
Oh shit!
That shit. There was so much. Like that was my issue. There was a lot of things that they did, and I was like, see, if you would have just let that motherfucker be, 7 strong episodes, you wouldn't have had to rush and compile this shit in, and have left so many loopholes. Like, they really had no fucking plan when you think about it.
No, because they haven't even started writing the next season yet.
Like, they had no fucking plan. Like, they went, let me get this straight. 3 kids from Hawkins go into the Upside Down to meet Vecna and where he at and burn him at the stake. So the girl that likes girls gets wrapped up in vines, and the guy with an axe never uses the fucking thing.
Like Rambo.
Didn't take a goddamn swing.
Or Arnold.
Just stood there, combed his head, and then tried to pull the vines with his bare hand. Then there's the other girl that might like girls, but does like guys and might like a stoner, who has a sawed-off shotgun, doesn't pull the trigger to shoot the goddamn vines and take out at least 3 so that the other girl can breathe. Then, after all 3 of them get snatched up, they get choked for 2 hours. Damn near an episode and a half. While all this other shit is
I'm going to say
on.
something very controversial. Those are white girls. They like to be choked for hours.
With the exception of a white guy.
I hear those fuckers like to get choked too. They like to be carried on people's shoulders too.
Right. So then also here was the thing that really
Very, very interesting race, those whites.
Speaking of race, here's another fucking loophole that really shocked the shit out of me. Okay? Now hold on to your ass for this one. I don't know if too many people really spotted this shit or really recognized this shit, but I spotted this shit with my daughter a long way. Like, as soon as this shit went down, I called bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Because they had me in the beginning. Because I knew for goddamn well Lucas and his black ass sister was not going into the Upside Down. We do not do that shit. That's white folk shit. So I understood them staying behind with Sam.
As soon as they went into the house, they would have been arrested for breaking an entry.
That's number one. But that's not even the biggest one. On top of all that shit, after Luke is up in there beating on the fucking the John Cena of the basketball team, and he's really getting fucked up, by the way. I mean, this boy had like real privilege strength. He was fucking him up. Finally, he tears off into his ass after his girl is getting her fucking shit twisted. He finally tears off into this boy, and after they lose and Vecna snaps his fingers and motherfuckers start disappearing, the town splits all over the place, including the boy. So, we're to believe now that this boy, his sister, after, you know, everybody came and everything, they didn't see this boy had a fight. This boy is now dead, or, yeah, he's dead. He's chopped in half. Yeah, we can say it was because of the town thing, but they obviously was in a fight. So you mean to tell me, even in 1987, his black ass and her sister ain't facing no fucking charges? I know his ass would had to go to jail. He would not be in the fucking hospital. His ass been locked up for questioning him. The fuck was you doing in that house? Why was this white boy beat up? He was the captain of the basketball team. What the fuck was going on? Why you with this white girl?
Now, why does it smell like this white girl kissed you?
Right, and why is she broken up like this? Like, we can chalk this up to whatever, but I know for a fact, and look, my phone tried to record me, and I just, those things alone was like, really? Unless you left that girl there and ran and then visited her in the hospital, maybe I'll believe it. That's the only way I see that happening. But something tells me from the way he was crying, and that was a great scene played by Caleb. Caleb fucking killed that shit. Him and Dustin, they fucking nailed their dramatic parts. That was gut wrenching. I felt it, which was great. I think they did deserve their shine. But
he needed training from Idris Elba though.
Oh, Caleb. Yeah.
That's if he hadn't made that Concrete Cowboys with Idris,
Man,
he would have not had it in him.
He wouldn't have. He really wouldn't have. I see great things for him.
Yeah.
In dramatic roles, and honestly, Dustin with his toothless ass, that motherfucker really had me. He really had me with Eddie.
He could be the next. What's Ask Me About My Wiener.
Oh, Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. There we go.
I can see that.
He could play those oddball serious roles.
Oh yeah.
Where you gotta be able to act but look kind of off.
Mm-hmm.
That's always what he's been good at.
Yeah. And it's
he's never been the leading role guy.
And he looks so childlike still.
Yeah.
You know, he looks so childlike, but he's really the heart. You know, he's got a lot of heart with his character. Like, he's really centered in it, and you just watch him develop over the years. He's a great comic relief, but he can give you some heartbreaking acting, which was great. And then another thing my daughter pointed out, you know, she was like, she was just dead set on it. She was like, this is it. This is it. We're going to find out that Will is gay. And I was like, or was it Mike? No, Will. The character Will is gay. The
one with the bowl cut?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I think he's Vecna. The whole time I thought when he saw the bowl cut, I was like, that's the killer. Yeah. That's the killer right there, that fucking cut. But she was like, no, he's gonna say he's gay. And I was like,
he's gay for Mike?
Yeah. Like she felt like that was gonna be the thing. And I was like, you know, I get it. You know, because it's not to say that that wouldn't happen. But I definitely don't see it playing out like that.
Nah.
Back then.
If anything, they'll do like a recap. Like once the season's over, and be like, Will went on to marry and have a lovely family. Later on, he got divorced and
Right.
married Tom from the grocery store.
At the age of 59.
Yeah.
Like,
Like it's supposed to be. Back when America was great.
like that's like legitimately what would have happened. And I know people will sit there and argue and be like, "Well, I mean, obviously it's a fiction because they have like different portals and stuff like that." Look, it's a show that's based on reality of what the '80s was back then. That's what it was marketed as. That's what it started as, and so far it's lived up to that. Up until a few choices that I felt were more so trying to trend with
Liberal
what's going
liberties.
on. Yeah. And it's not that I'm against it because Robin's arc gave us that. She was that going in, you know? And you understood that because she played that. She plays that exactly how it would have went down. Everything about her crush on that girl was exactly how it would have been. That's exactly how it would have been, how it would have went down. Just
Keep
as
it under-
awkward, just as uncomfortable.
Under the table, hush hush.
Yep. That's exactly how it was back then. And for guys, especially teenage boys, it was way darker than that. It was way more shut down than that. It was way more closeted than that. The bowl cut may have been a dead giveaway for a lot of people.
Yeah. But the gay teacher would have took advantage of it.
Yeah,
The,
you know.
the gay policeman or somebody in the adult would have taken advantage of his,
Yeah.
trying to figure out his sexuality.
Like
That
I-
was very common in the 80s.
Like for the way they set it up, it's almost like him being taken into the upside down caused him to go gay. Like that's the outcome. Instead of it being somebody who, obviously went through this traumatic experience and now he can't really connect with his friends, can't really feel at place with them, you always saw that as he's gonna be like fucking Frodo, just this asexual ass kid that don't want to be touched or feel uncomfortable with everybody. But then it goes to, I've developed feelings for my best friend who is with this girl, and I'm jealous of it. And it could have been me if I hadn't been taken by that creature.
Like he's always, like every time he's in the scene, like you feel like at the end of the scene he's gonna be in a corner biting his lip, just looking at everybody else enjoy their lives. Like why?
It's not even like why, it's just how. How did it grow from that to that?
Yeah.
Like it never, there was never any implication. Even when you go back, there's never any implications of that.
No, even on season 4 he wasn't awkward like that.
No, he didn't even have
And
any.
no,
he didn't
I
even
mean
look
season
at him
3.
like that.
Season 3.
Yeah, he didn't even look at Mike in that way. He was just mad at Mike, like, dude, you don't never hang out with me. And even that was like, to me, it was like one of those things where like he's still
transition from childhood to early adulthood.
Yeah, it was
teenage.
It was one of those things about him growing up.
Yeah, I felt
And
those
just
when I
starting
was
his
at that
growth.
age. I felt those feelings.
Yeah.
Friends that I had in middle school, and now we're in high school. Like, yo, why the fuck you don't hang out with me no more? Oh, because I'm into different things than we were over
Right.
the summer. Like now I want to gangbang. You don't, so I'm gonna go gangbang. You want to come with? No, I don't want to gangbang. Okay, well, damn it, I lost a friend. You feel that way. Those are normal emotions.
And trust me,
But for him to go from that to that, and now,
and honestly, they left it ambiguous, but they alluded to it with him crying in the car and stuff, and then his brother and stuff, and I'm like, I don't see the angle in that. To me, it just seems like a kid who really doesn't know where he fits in.
yeah,
But it also implies, what the fuck did they do to that boy in there? Like I understand it was scary and traumatic, but what the fuck did they do to that boy
Silent
in
Hilled
there?
him. Remember Silent Hill when the
Oh God.
got your nose.
You know, cause that's what I started to think. Like, God damn, what the fuck did they do that? They fucked that boy up. You know, cause he was puking out slugs and shit. I'm like, oh God, they went in there. They went in there. You know, we come from that era where if stuff is coming out your mouth, it's like at least it didn't come out your stomach. But something went in there to get it in there. That shit didn't crawl in there, motherfucker. Something got in there. Something got in there. But you know, it just that's one of those things that really that needed to be worked on to me. Like
It's forced, man. At this point, it's so forced.
Like, don't play
Like-
around with that, man.
Like, I think it's a disservice to people that actually are in the LGBTQ, you know, whatever, the extra hyphens are or letters are, you know, community, to force it upon everybody in every single avenue possible. Like, it just doesn't seem organic. And it just seems forced. Like,
See, for me, it's
like
not,
if it was a brand new show and they introduced it with those, you know, inklings that, okay, that kid might discover himself at some point, you know, cool. But like you said, if the kid shows no fucking signs and now we're mid series, it's become a global phenomenon. Now, let's put an agenda in this bitch. It's like, I'm good. Wait till you give him a spinoff, or wait until the spinoff, and then introduce a character like that. That is, you know.
See, for me, like you got that with Robin. Robin's arc was literally that, and it was perfect. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If you're gonna do it justice and tell a story, tell a fucking story.
'Cause even
But don't
with-
treat us like we're stupid, and then present a main character and say, well, this time he chooses to be gay.
Yeah.
And it's like, but why?
Because even Bel Air did it very well with Ashley.
Right.
You know, right off the bat. All right, like, this is our new approach to the character of Ashley Banks. She is going to be bi-curious because she's a teenager, and this is how we're going to approach it. And a lot of people didn't like it, but it came out as organic, as something that belonged in the storyline because that's the way it was written. Not
You know?
something that was just like, and by the way, here's some gay.
Trying to trend.
Exactly.
Like, that's what I felt like. It was like, let's throw a curveball in there that'll really get people talking. Let's toy with the idea that one of the main characters may be gay, and then we'll make them look asexual too. Like, just really make like, nah, man. Like, it didn't have to be that. This kid went through a traumatic experience, and you gave us the notion this kid is like gonna be underdeveloped as far as like as a teenager. Like he's gonna
skills,
be
gonna
like
be socially awkward.
like, you know, you're not the same. But you know, you did that, but you toyed with this thing, and you're leading people on. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, like you represented with Robin. Everybody, I fucking fuck with Robin. Like, in the middle of a jam, that's why I was yelling at the screen, like, yo, pull the axe out and free that bitch. Like, what the fuck are you doing? That's why I was so mad at the other two. Like, how the fuck do y'all get snatched up and y'all got the goddamn weapons? Like, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. She was better off with the black kids. Shit. At least she would have fucked up the white boy. You know, help Caleb out or something. Shit. He was getting his ass beat the fucking brakes. I was like, they finna get lynched. I was mad. I was like, the little girl out in the tree, they finna lynch her ass.
Nah, for the sister to be so spunky and so full of energy and so fucking rough
she should have
and
jumped
smart,
above them.
like, Caleb should have had some of that in him too.
Yeah, but they did say he wasn't. She did say he wasn't shit in basketball. So that's why I was like, and I was like, kind of makes sense. He is kind of been with those guys. Like, I mean, when you think about it, like, those guys ain't really taught him how to fight. They mainly ran from every fucking thing. But her ass, I could believe her, you know what I'm saying, fucking clock a motherfucker with a light and kicking motherfucker in the balls and shit. But Caleb, I don't know, I kind of believed it. I was just kind of like, damn, you gonna get your ass beat. But for him to nut up, like, really get that heart in him and just, fuck this motherfucker, this white boy. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Give me a fucking Apollo Creed moment, motherfucker. Make me believe in you. Like, that's what you get. You know, that's what you want to see. And it's like certain levels they nailed that on, and then other areas they dropped it because they just like I felt like they just didn't know where to go. And it was like let's just play around with this guy. And it's like, nah, man. Now you got the cover art for the next season, and you got Vecna standing over Will. So obviously he's gonna be a main central fucking character. As far as like with this Vecna shit, you know,
He's gonna end up married to Vecna. I hope they don't fucking ruin it. I hate you, HBO.
I
hate you, HBO. You fucking ruined Game of Thrones.
Like they.
I'll never forgive you.
If Vecna fucking rapes this boy, I swear to God, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking the first time. I know he did it.
Like, what was Vecna before he was found by Papa?
Right. God damn it.
He was year 1 in the seminary.
I felt like that boy was touched. When he was walking, the way he walked around
Catholic.
in that fucking suit. Yeah. Papa was nasty.
That's
a
funny.
nasty son of a bitch. Filthy motherfucker.
Roman Catholic.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Hey, you gotta wear it, man. Sorry, Catholics. You might not like it, but your history has shown.
Jesus.
You guys like to diddle boys.
Too fucking much.
Too much.
Too fucking much.
One of Epstein's #1 customers.
Man, I have seen some crazy shit in my day, but that took the cake. And obviously it was huge. And I saw somebody actually raise a debate topic that struck my eye.
About Stranger Things?
Yeah. And they said, Stranger Things is cool. But if Lovecraft Country was allowed to operate and function the way it intended to, it would be just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
And some people were on there saying, nah, shit wasn't happening. And there was a lot of people on there that were like, no, it was actually good. That season was really good. I don't know why they weren't allowed to keep going.
They lost me at the whole fucking the vampire sorcerer bad guy is kind of what kind of didn't make me bring up such a fuss about the show being canceled. Because I've never been a fan of vampire, you know.
Well, she wasn't a vampire, but she was like
like witch warlock type of. But they were more toward they were more like towards the Twilight type, like the fucking incest type of vampire monster type of storyline. And I think that people don't like that anymore. It's like, I think the last time anybody has done that right was Interview with a Vampire, where they take that I remember. Unless you're gonna tell me that one cat movie where the mom and
you're still calling them vampires.
Well, whatever the fuck they're monsters or warlocks, whatever the fuck. What were they?
I told you it was all magic. It's all about magic.
Okay, magic.
So sorcery.
So warlocks.
So it's like sorcery and witchcraft.
Witchcraft, okay.
Now here's what you got to understand. The reason why you don't know much about this and it strikes you as odd is because what they did was they took two different forms of science fiction. They took H.P. Lovecraft, which is the author of all of this famous science fiction that inspired things like War of the Worlds, which inspired things like, you know, stories of the Kraken and all this. Cthulhu's origin all comes from him. So when they talk about Cthulhu, this big ass octopus monster thing with hands and everything, and if he looks at you, he can tell you what to do. The motherfucker that they used in Love, Death, and Robots.
Okay.
That had all those soldiers and stuff. That's those creatures and everything. H.P. Lovecraft created that. He was an author. He used to write a lot of scary science fiction books, describing and detailing monsters, characters, and things like that. thing about that was a lot of his writing was based off of what he felt is represented in other universes, other dimensions. He took science, real actual science, and slipped in that fiction that made it interesting, where you looked at it and you read it, but it had some truth in there that almost could have been, it almost makes you doubt that it's fictitious. When he talks about, alternate dimensions, alternate universes, multiverses, and things like that, which is highly possible. It does represent in science and data. However, what's on the other side of that remains to be seen. He just supplied like a graphic detail of some of those things. One of his popular ones would happen to be Cthulhu. Also, this show took that origin, that whole mythos and world that he creates, and blends it with down south black magic. And those types of mythos that happens in the South. Because you got to remember, this is black culture in the South.
You know what else I think didn't help them? The fact that that show on Amazon came out around the same time.
What, them?
Them. Because that was a very, very strong show.
And see,
Like, I would love to see a second season of that over Lovecraft Country.
and see, that's the thing.
But I would love to see both of them to get a sequel.
But that's the thing. Those two shows share the same similarity and possibly the same fate. Because here's the thing. Lovecraft Country was actually, during its season, was one of the most watched shows on HBO. If not actually the most watched. It was the most clipped, the most clip shared. It was the most talked about. It was the most trendy. People were talking about every week, did you see what they did? Did you see what they showed? That their shows each damn near week was making headline entertainment news. The problem was the people that are invested in HBO. See, those motherfuckers,
The Turners and...
shit, these motherfuckers saw that shit and was like, what the fuck? From the time they brought up Oklahoma City bombing and showed it, they had their attention. And then everything leading up to that had their jaws to the floor. Then, once the show was done and they were talking about, hopefully we see a second season, and they never offered that offering, because before they really decided to pull the plug and say, I'm sorry, unfortunately, Lovecraft Country has been canceled, someone leaked what their second season was going to be about. And the second season...
It was Tyler Perry.
No.
He leaked it.
No. I don't know. But the second season was going to establish, as far as the taking of that original story of Black Magic and how it was converted, or at least ripped off, it to become Christianity. And the plug got pulled. It was like, oh no. No. We are not doing that. When you look at them, remember how we said that was a great fucking series. What was the fucking main ghost? The motherfucker was what? He was a preacher. And he used that and enslaved the town to lynch a family in a very gruesome and graphic way. And they pulled no punches. They were as accurate as fuck. And it showed what? Black magic. These shows are establishing or not pushing an agenda. They're educating Black Americans into something that existed long ago. And motherfuckers in this day and age are taking that shit, sharing that shit at a fast rate, and tapping into that shit, and making TikToks, and making videos, dissecting it, explaining it, educating people in it, giving them how-to instructions. And that shit cannot happen. Not on some of these motherfuckers' watches. Not on Bezos' watch. See, they slipped through at first because they figure, oh, it's, it's fictional. We're thinking, haunting. Mm-hmm. And then they get it, and they see motherfuckers start making these videos talking about, this is what it really is, y'all. This is what they're really trying to do. Oh, shit. How the fuck did we miss that? We thought it was just a ghost story. Oh, shit. This ain't no goddamn ghost. Pull the plug. Pull the plug right now. Pull the plug. How does a show as popular as Lovecraft Country, as celebrated as Lovecraft Country, with the performances and the technical stylings that they had on that series, and all of them got shut out of any nomination? Even their peers who were nominated in their place felt that that show was a contender for damn near everything. Mm-hmm. And not one person, they can all go off and get careers everywhere else.
Rest in peace to Omar. Rest in peace to Omar.
Exactly. Gave a powerful performance. They threw that shit out. They wouldn't dare nominate that. They want you to forget that even came out. Them, no nominations. Shut them out. Them who? We never heard of that.
Not on my watch.
Powerful performances. Very popular shows. Considered to be controversial. But they will not see the light of day. Or they're not allowed to. Not on no big networks. They ain't gonna put no big ass budgets behind that shit. As great as it is, we are not funding our own demise. There is no way. No fucking way. Ooh. They will lose their sponsors. Motherfuckers out and about know about that shit. You letting them tell that? You fucking crazy? Shit. That shit was hitting too close to home.
Last thing we need in this country.
Magical Negroes. Right? This bitch said, Alacaloo! And that motherfucker went, turn my
Just
ass
imagine
out.
if they did a fucking Harry Potter reboot and Harry Potter's black. Black with waves.
It'd be dope.
That
It'd be
shit
the
would be
dopest shit ever.
canceled. They're only show in China. Only in China.
Shit, not even in China. China wouldn't show that shit.
Oh, no.
China would never fucking show that shit. They be sitting there with up yours, you motherfucking fabuloso. They would never allow us to see the light of day. That should have been pulled by the first episode. We wouldn't even be on the poster. It'd just be a damn Thunderbolt with a Nike on it.
See him run.
Right. Some fucking Jordans on the fucking tip of the boat.
Oh, shit.
It's like, now you know he's black. Like, that shit would never see anything, man. They don't even put us on the posters for our own movies. Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman's face couldn't even be shown. Hell, the main characters that were in 85% of the movie couldn't be shown. But they had Martin Freeman ass bareface all over that motherfucker. Oh, and Ulysses Claw. And Smeagol's face made the poster of fucking Black Panther. But not Michael B. Jordan. Not even Chadwick Boseman. Hell no. Your ass put the mask on. Right. Mask up, motherfucker.
There's an explanation for this color, panther.
Right. There's a panther who happens to be black. It just so happens.
Right. Oh, man. What a fucking world we live in.
It is a fucking wild world we live in because the temperatures are high and so is the tempers. We are in the heat.
In the heat of the night.
We're in the thick of it right now. See, we went through June. June already set off, that the summer is here. Motherfuckers done figured out what they gonna do, where they gonna be. They done made it out. They done slept. Now the festivals and shit done started.
Ended.
4th of July just kicked up. Nah, more festivals are happening. All these cons going on. These other musical festivals over here and over there. I saw the Taste happen over the weekend. The fucking line was all the way back to fucking Racine. Like, there was a couple festivals and shit, a couple cons happening up in Texas. The fucking World Games happened in Alabama. And that shit was cracking. Motherfuckers, I didn't even know that fucking shit existed. And I found out for the first time, motherfuckers out there breaking fucking records out this world. I saw a dog catch the fucking Frisbee, 109-yard pass. I said, sign that motherfucker to the Buccaneers now, ASAP. He should be catching balls from Tom Brady right now. And it was a Doberman.
All right, Air Bud.
Telling you, we signed him and Gronk, it's over. It's over, G. I'm calling it. Ring number 8. Motherfuckers was breaking records, y'all. And it's not stopping. Because now it's July. July is like where the sun is at its highest peak. And it decided, what the fuck is going on? It pulls out a magnifying glass to look. Just starts beaming in on people. Like the West Coast and down south. And even hitting some of the Midwest areas. Because it keeps doing this shit. Now, the fucked up thing is, while a lot of us are cooking, because I know a lot of them down south are cooking and smoldering and the humidity and the heat. Like my people out west has got the dry heat and have to feel the coast off the breeze. Or a shaman standing on the cliff farting downwind in the Grand Canyon. Some of us here in the Midwest, we have that heat, but we have the clouds and the gas fumes of pollution to keep us safe and to keep the rain acidy, to burn off the chemicals we've already consumed on ourselves. We are allowing ourselves to be emotionally unstable all over. I see people fighting. I see people arguing. I mean, it's common, yeah. But I mean, motherfuckers is getting it in. I seen the most goofiest shit, not even in Dallas. I'm sure shit happens in Dallas, but I didn't see any crazy shit happening in Dallas. But I did see some crazy shit happen in New York. I saw 3 heifers get crazy just because the dipping sauce at a restaurant was $1.25. And they tore that fucking restaurant up. And when I say tow it up, I mean they tow it the fuck up. They ripped the divider off. They threw the cash register. They threw the napkins. They went back there, dumped the sauce. They jumped over the counter, throwing shit back at the motherfuckers, and they just filming. And all you see behind these 3 heifers is a group of guys with their cell phones out, laughing and recording and giving them a spotlight so that they could be recorded by the other guy or other people that work there, recording them behind the divider. It was the goofiest shit I've ever seen. It's not that it's not common. I'm not shocked by it. But I'm definitely not proud of it. Not that I have to be, but at some point you gotta feel some kind of pride. Somewhere. And if you can't feel it among your people, if you can't feel it among your town or your city or your country or your nation, then where? When? I got a goddamn president who doesn't even know how to read his lines.
Now you're going too far, Larry. You're going too far. You're putting the blame on a white person.
No, because it's not his fault. It really isn't. You see, I realized something. Our nation is exactly where it is because of us. It's not the young generation that's destroying the country. It's us as a whole destroying ourselves. It's not the politicians that's making the country hard. They're doing exactly what we paid them to do. Because they've told us for the longest, that's their job, to do that. And they do it on our behalf. And it just so happens there are a lot of us, more than them, that agree with their methods and keep them where they need to be, or at least where they want to be. Now, yeah, there'll be some of us that disagree and say they don't belong there. But do we really do anything about it? Do we make our voices heard as far as with why we feel like they're not? Do we really tell enough people or give any real examples? Or do we just sit there and say, I don't like his face? That politician can blow me. I'd rather vote for a shit sandwich. We use colloquialisms to convey what we really feel. Because a lot of us are scared. A lot of people, when they went to see that Kennedy exhibit, it was really still, very quiet. It was like being on hollow ground and you didn't really want to speak. You didn't want to crack a joke in there. And it was weird. It was weird to be in a building like that knowing somebody got their shit smoked from that distance. Even though it kind of raises in question whether you believe that was just the only shot to do it. But still, it's a simple fact that some shit went down in this motherfucker and a guy as big as him got fucking smoked on television in front of his wife and everything, in front of his own constituents. And in a place like that, with so much history, it's like all the jokes we cracked. And when you walk in there, it was like, ooh, the vibe is different. Wow. Even being an individual on a high level like that, at a time like that, where black people that was even thinking of talking more than the president about anything being wrong, were getting popped. And then the president stands out and his ass got popped. Whoa, shit. They killing white guys too? Not just any white guy. They popped the fucking president. And then just double down. They pop his brother later on. Again on television. In a crowded room. And once again under mysterious circumstances.
At a whites only event. Don't forget that.
There's a certain fear that's instilled, not just in black folks, everywhere. Lovecraft Country explored that. Them really explored it. But see, with them and Lovecraft Country shared the same similarity. They took historical facts and told historical stories through science fiction. And they blurred the lines enough where people watching in this generation will Google and see if it's true or not. They kept people talking in the simplest of form. People went and were looking up sundown towns and making TikToks. Yep, this shit existed till such and such time. Oklahoma City bombers. Yep, that shit took place such and such and
And that's the
time.
beauty of these shows, for me at least.
The housing market of redlining. Yep, that shit took place.
I've
such and
always
such and such
I've
and
always
such.
had a fascination for things like that. You know, where it's always blurred in between, you know, in between the actual story. Because most people probably at HBO, when they saw the script, they said, oh, sci-fi, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, our fucking special Emmy. Emmy for special effects. Oh, look at that. But then when they actually saw the premiere or saw it, you know,
They ain't get it.
they're like, oh,
It looks cool, but they ain't get. No,
Oh.
got it.
why didn't we catch that? Why? Oh, because we were gonna get Emmys for our special effects. You shut the fuck up! You're fired. Go clean your desk. You know, I love stories like that where you expect it to be something and it is, but if you really pay attention to the details of it, they're giving you. It's more fact than fiction. You know, because Lovecraft Country was great for the ghost stories and the elevators and, you know, all that was fucking dope. But the fact that Omar was gay and how his life was affected by it, how it affected his son's life, and how it affected where they lived, and how that whole, you know, the reality of what it was to be black in that era or a minority in that era. Like, if anything, that was the scariest part of the show.
Yep.
As opposed to some bitch that can fucking shapeshift
Exactly.
or suck people's souls or whatever.
Right.
We already know white women can suck people's souls. And we already know that. Those are already facts. You know, the fact that fucking, you know, black people were getting skinned and being, you know, the atrocities of, you know, like you said, sundown towns or, you know, like that. The intensity of watching that first episode when that happened, like, that gave me, like, right now, it gives me chills, like, just to think that people fucking still go through that in certain towns down south. You know, and with them, if you've never seen them, you know, the moving into a neighborhood that you're not supposed to be in and having people
Paranoia.
beaming on you. You know, I drive for a living at night. So I'm in these, not necessarily sundown towns, but at some point they were. You know, little outskirt towns where it's fucking 7 blocks wide.
Yeah.
You look at it and you're like, man, I would love to live here. But when you really think about it, it's like, damn, I would never be allowed to live here.
Exactly.
You know, and that whole dynamic is fucking crazy, but it's great storytelling, and we need more of it.
To be in a situation like that, and especially when you hear those stories, like you said, it gives them goosebumps. It always gives me goosebumps when you know because my family tells the stories of everything. You know, there's people in my family that have lost relatives to lynchings, have lost family members to racism. And my family comes from a family that has white folks in it. You know what I'm saying? They are part of my family. You know? We are bonded through that. And we love them to this day. And they understood that. They knew the dangers of it. I was told a story the other day while I was there of a great-great-great relative of mine. I think it was like their great-great-grandfather or great-great-great-great-great-grandfather who was a white man. And yet was mixed. But he could pass. And they talked about how when he passed away, they were supposed to pick him up. It was a black funeral home that was supposed to pick him up and take him. When they went to pick him up, they didn't see any black man. So they left. They just saw a white man. They was like, he ain't here. So they left. So, you know, the hospital and stuff, you know, was like, hey, nobody came. So they called, and a white funeral home came and picked him up. So when the family came to view the body and drop off clothes for the funeral, they went to the black funeral home. And they was like, yeah, we went, but we ain't see him. We ain't see no black man there. So they was like, because they knew exactly where it was. It was that time, it was only 2 funeral homes. So they went to that white one. They said, well, we're here to pick up our dad. Your dad ain't here. We assure you our dad's here. Your dad can't be here, boys, because ain't no niggas in this funeral home. Sir, if you would just allow us to go back there, I assure you, we can prove our daddy's back there. So they walked him back there. When they found out who they had, or the person that they had, and when they found out that that was actually a black man, they were pissed. Get that nigga the fuck out of here. And don't you tell anybody he was in there. They were disgusted at the fact that they couldn't tell that he had black blood in him. I seen the picture of this motherfucker. I was scared to death. The nigga looked like Hulk Hogan. I shit you not. He had the blonde mustache. It was white though. It was pure white. He had the jawline with the and he had on these circular shade glasses. Hair full of white hair, slicked back, and a hat on. And it was like that grainy tan type of photo that he took with all these grandkids and stuff on him. I was scared to death. I said, please don't tell us we related to this motherfucker. Not him. I'm talking about Hulk Hogan.
He's really a brother.
Now, knowing that, and knowing stories like that, knowing how dangerous of a time that is, when you see that shit play out, it can give you chills. Certain people who never got a chance to hear those stories or hear from people that's actually experienced it tend to, especially really in my skin tone, in my melanated family, it's almost hard to believe because you want so much to pull from your own experience to say, I would never go down like that. But the truth of the matter is, all of us would have had to face that choice. All of us would have had to face those types of nightmares, those type of experiences. And we're not free to act how we feel we should act. Like there was no line to cross. There was no line at all. You could get killed for walking on the same side of the street. You could get slaughtered for fucking being too successful. Hell, you could be slaughtered for not being successful enough. If they didn't like the way you looked, they changed it. And if they didn't want you there, they made sure your ass never came there again. Or they made you regret for even showing up. And it was like that for anyone that was different. There wasn't no talking your way out of it. It wasn't no, well, I got money, and they, yeah, give us that too. It was ghetto. And it was lawless. And even in that period of time, if it was prevalent like that in practice, you better believe there'd have been a white motherfucking blonde bitch trying to take that damn dark magic for herself. Especially in the South where families of wealth and privilege would definitely be greedy like that. They believed in taking everything from artifacts to witchcraft to heirlooms. Like that was a heavily practiced thing back down there, especially in those areas, swampy areas. That shit was very, medieval kind of. And they took a lot of liberties. And you have to be there to know it. Because, I mean, we hear a lot of things about, you know, all these other places and stuff like that and how they practice things. But you got to go to these places to really hear their myth stories. And a lot of them are very, very dark. A lot of them are very, very hard to believe. But you just really have no idea. And that was the beauty of it. They slipped that shit in there. And it was too much at one time. And it wasn't even that the producers caught it. They watched it and didn't catch it. They caught the reactions.
Like what? Wait. That really happened in Tulsa?
Right.
I guarantee you a lot of them were like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And like, look, Biff, check out this article.
You see, it wasn't the show itself. It was the people. Those shows are not here because of our reactions to it. They watched it and didn't know what they had. They were all for it. If you saw it when it was out, they were all behind it, advertising and everything. It was when those reactions and those videos and it was trending and they were pointing out things that they were sneaking in and telling, that's when they were like, oh, wait a fucking minute. You mean to tell me that's what it was? Courtney B. Vance, who played the uncle, actually came forward and said the creator and the writer and author of Lovecraft Country was treated so nasty by the producers of HBO. They treated her so vile, trying to change the story, really trying to get, so they really pushed to tell that much. Because they did not like the story she was telling at first. There was a lot of changes that had to be made and a lot of other changes that got in. So something tells me the stuff that she wrote was very, you know, up front. And they were like, and she just snuck it in. And they didn't realize it until it came out. And they were like, son of a bitch, she did it again. She fucking got us. Pull the plug.
While you put up that Tulsa race riot documentary up there.
Right.
Because we need another hit.
Right. Because that's all it be. Like, we'll focus on that. Yeah. That's our mulligan. We'll pull that show so that we can focus on
show
just one
event.
event.
A week worth of love basketball.
Right.
or anything Omar or Mekhi Phifer.
Well, we don't want them. We don't want them asking about anything about religion. Let's get that out of the way. But we'll give them Tulsa. Give them Tulsa. They already know that existed. Okay, we'll give them Tulsa and Emmett Till. We'll do that one. And they'll leave the rest of it alone.
That bitch is dead anyways.
Right.
What are they gonna do? Dig up her body and give her life?
Now, if you don't believe that the tempers are flaring, if you don't believe that everybody's got that angst going on, trust me. The internet is full of videos of people over this weekend alone going ape shit bonkers crazy over the dumbest, littlest, goofiest shit. Even catching themselves in the middle of doing dumb shit and admitting to themselves, this is pretty fucking stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Why? Because, you know, they don't give a fuck. It's hot as fuck. And to them, it's like do or die. And if I die, fuck it. At least it'll be chill. This is hot as fuck. And I just can't take it anymore. What up with you, Mike Freitas?
Oh, what do you say? What do you say? What up? Salute. Salute.
So while we're here, let's give them videos 2 through 10.
2 through 10.
Check out what's been going on. Some of this shit, it's amazing. But like I said, tempers are high. And at some point when it does get cold, you better bring a scarf.
Let's check it out. Here we go.
In red. Hello, madam. I want to give you some free cash. Free cash. £5 for you. No cash? Well, that was a reaction.
waffle? Can I please get a waffle? Can I please get a waffle?
You get stopped doing 100, you fucking cut me off. I should fucking knock you the fuck out. Actually, I'll probably get my ass kicked. But
No, Rick. There's an order. Hey, can I order a Western bacon cheeseburger combo?
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. What can I get started for you?
Can I get a Western bacon cheeseburger combo?
Sure. What size?
Can I get a medium?
Medium? Okay. Okay. What to drink?
Can I get a Diet Coke?
Diet Coke? Okay.
Open up the door.
Activists say they want her arrested, saying her accusations that Till whistled at her led to his eventual abduction and gruesome murder in Mississippi back in 1955.
Carolyn Bryant Donham is a fugitive from justice. Carolyn Bryant Donham has ran and hid and ducked from justice long enough. Everywhere we went looking for her and had a solid address on her, Miss Bryant Donham went running and into hiding.
Miss Carolyn Bryant, we have a warrant. What? Is Carolyn Bryant here? Who? Carolyn Bryant Dunham. No. No? She killed one of our young kings at 14. He just turned 14.
That's
Remember
right.
that. That could have been anybody's child.
That's right.
No mother should ever have to bury their child, and nobody should have to deal with that. Black power?
Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
All right. Justice delayed is justice denied. I see they done brought the police out. Let them see. I see they done got the police out. So the police, right?
With a cotton candy.
But it's all good. Come here. You're doing something right. That's all right. That's all right. Black power?
Black power.
That bitch was dead like 20 years ago.
That bitch got up.
No.
She said she was. They said she was on her deathbed and confessed and said, "I lied." When the motherfucker showed up, that bitch got up and ran, and been running ever since.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
Now the funny thing is, they've been tracking this hoe for the longest, and she's had to switch addresses. Now, if this bitch is dead, why she keep moving?
Right.
Why her family keep trying to move this girl so they can give her a place to die, and she just won't. She won't. Her heart won't give out quick enough because they been on her ass ever since. And the pursuit group gets bigger and bigger every single time. That's what makes it even crazier. It used to be 4 or 5 motherfuckers. Now it's a couple hundred. And they show up. And they giving tips. They giving out numbers. Walsh didn't even do all this. Walsh used to be sitting in that damn office, kicked up on somebody's desk, leaving his butt crumbs on people's files and shit while they looking for kids and shit. These motherfuckers out here, hey, let's go. Let's take my car. We gone. Everybody, including the head guy. He down there too, knocking on the door. Bitch, get your ass out here. We got a warrant for your ass. This heifer's been in hiding. Still around, man.
That's the type of bitch you put through like an old school washing machines with the rollers. You go toes first.
This is turn to dust.
Toes first. Just grind her shit to fucking
cornflakes come out the other side.
It's like a fucking when you bite into a pussy willow. Just poof. Just poof. That's crazy. I thought that bitch was dead.
She got up.
Man.
She got up.
That's crazy.
She pulled one of those motherfucking, what's that fucking Leonardo DiCaprio's and shit? Rolled down the stairs to a taxi. Took her clothes and shit with her.
I got too much to live for.
Get me out of here. For those doctors come and get me and have the way with me.
All right.
You got it, Miss Dunham. Drove her ass to Reno. She's been running all over the South, man. And that's fucked up. But I love it. And she deserves it. It's fucked up because I haven't caught her yet. But
how do you not? Tay-Tay gets fucking caught every week for lesser shit, and he's got health and all that shit that you have in your youth.
See, Tay-Tay,
this old bitch ain't got shit but white privilege.
Tay-Tay, exactly. Tay-Tay can't get hit like this. Tay-Tay ain't got no system in place. They organized their own underground railroad and got this bitch to Cuba. If she is in Cuba, we're looking at you, Asada. Do the job and finish this bitch off for the revolution.
That is hilarious, man.
It's fucking terrible, man. It's terrible that we still gotta pursue this hoe. But you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna chase this bitch till she die, and if she do, then we go after her kids.
I don't know. Question's still out though. Why is Zimmerman still alive?
You know, for Zimmerman to still be alive is like I'm not even upset anymore because now it's like this dude is living miserably. I feel like he's at a point where he's already had that threshold of wishing he was dead. Mm-hmm. Like when you get arrested as much as he has and keep getting beat up and then having to get up and get whooped on again by other random motherfuckers and having to duck and dodge other places, like all that shit, that wave he was riding in the beginning, all that shit went down. That shit went really south real quick. So that's even harsher. You felt like you were popular for the shit, and now you just felt the high school all over again.
I don't know.
You were the flavor of the week in a certain community, and that community can't even stand your ass because you're a bigger dipshit than they thought.
I think he should be found upside down off a bridge with his guts hanging out. I think it's fitting. And anybody that fits that description that's still around, like this old fucking hag, her gut should be hanging out with her colonoscopy bag at the end of it.
See, I'm one of those people that feel like Ving Rhames in fucking Pulp Fiction. Not after the rape, but, well, kind of after the rape thing. Call people with pliers and get real medieval on their ass. Like they did in the film.
It's only fair.
But here's the thing.
It makes a statement.
Slower than what they did in Emmett Till. They whooped on Emmett Till and tortured him for an entire night. That went on. That wasn't quick. That was torture. They tortured that boy till he died. They beat on him till there was nothing left to beat on. So when it comes to these two, the slower the better.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the details. I'm more worried about the message.
I want the details. I want crush your enemies. When you grind some bones in the dust, it's not quick like Looney Tunes. Like it's never like that. You gotta put some elbow grease into it, and then it's every agonizing bit. Give George Zimmerman a chick. Now she give him herpes. Oh, turn the knife. Make him like the flavor of the week at a bar, and the next thing you know, they sell the bar, and now he's in debt. Oh, we're turning it even more. He having to sell a lot of the shit that he got for free at first because now he's back on taxes. Guess what? He may be facing jail time. Oh, we're gonna be in some prison yards. Now we got rape coming up. Now it becomes that real slow fall where it's like, damn, why didn't I just die? He got out easy. Now he got to get his butthole pounded out every single night. Why don't you just kill me? We bored. We were bored. And plus we got a barbecue tomorrow. We need entertainment, so we're gonna have to blow Barry and the boys.
Part of the truce.
Like, I've watched enough Oz in prison movies from HBO to know that they're fact, ain't fiction. And at least if this guy's gonna go to one of those kind of prisons, I would like it to be a guy like Zimmerman. To go in there and have to bow down to a guy like J.K. Simmons and blow stuff. Just to stay alive. I just feel like that's a more fitting end for a guy. Yeah, I could go with a quick kill. But then once he's gone, it's like, we really could have did more with that. we really could have got some comeuppance in there. It's just too quick. It's too quick. And that heifer, yeah, it would kind of defeat the purpose to see her go to jail. But I know for a fact the inconvenience of it, at least we know for a fact if she does go to trial, that bitch die on the stand. And that, to me, I'd watch popcorn watching that shit. I'd take off from work. I would sit there, watch this bitch don't make it past the swearing. Just eating popcorn, watching her ass just crumble to dust.
Nah, she'll make it.
She put her hand on the Bible. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Nah. Just drop right there.
I don't know. I think we need some good old medieval comeuppance in this world. We're too soft in everything that we do. We need to make statements. We need to make statements.
I think we will. I think we do. I think we already do. I just think that we don't notice those statements unless someone points them out. And as soon as they do, that's when they get taken down. Because like I said before, those shows will still be around. Had we not been so public with our an elation and sharing those secrets instead of taking them and sharing them amongst each other, instead we spread them to the world. Same bullshit we always do. We're giving it away instead of sharing it amongst each other. All that shit could have been said in a social gathering, but we're too antisocial.
Unless it's brunch.
Right. When you got a good brunch going down, oh yeah.
Or a pop-up.
Oh yeah.
Us minorities love a brunch and a pop-up.
Swear to God.
Won't go to a community activism meeting or a PTA meeting. You say free mimosas and lobster tails. You there.
Cheddar sauces with 3 different cheeses. You better believe it. We'll turn up for that. Even if you put a community event in front of it, we will show up for the dinner.
Right?
We came late anyway. We missed it. Oh, damn.
They're already marching down the block. Well, while we're at it, though.
Let me get that plate. Now wait for them to come back. Ain't shit.
Oh, shit.
You ain't shit. And that's going to have to change. It's going to have to change in order to keep shows and stuff like that, teachings and knowledge like that flowing. We got to stop giving that shit away. They snuck it in for us. If they're telling us how to escape and we sit there, yo, this is what they saying, y'all. Well, now we can't go now. We can't go nowhere. They know. We were this close, this fucking close to really jumping into some shit that we always said, well, why don't I see enough to this? Why don't I see this on television? Why don't I see this type of representation? because you motherfuckers start telling shit.
It's like it's like with the show that Tom Hardy was doing, Taboo.
Mm-hmm.
That was based on black magic as well, in the Bayou, back in the industrial age. You have shows like even the piece of shit show like American Horror. They started off with the New Orleans black magic story, and how the Creoles and like those African descendants settled into New Orleans, and how that affected, and you can go into the history, and those characters at some capacity existed.
Yeah.
And those beliefs and those practices that you were terrified and were like, oh, that's gory. Oh, there's proof that lady literally killed black people as a skin regiment to take their blood and take their plasma or whatever to use it as a skin regimen to stay young.
Yeah.
Like, their history behind this is not something that you can look past because it's there. It's there. But like you said, every time we get something that shows a reality, truth signal either to, oh, well, poor us, or look at us, we're in the spotlight, instead of like, look, they're fucking finally saying the truth. Now let's push for the fucking truth. Let's get behind it and push for the fucking truth. No, right away we want our fucking 5 minutes or 5 seconds of fame. And they come and go.
I learned this.
Exactly.
Look, they told us to leave America. Look at this.
Like,
now let me go to McDonald's and destroy the counter. I was like, that's not how you do it. Stop. Like, take that little bit of truth, educate yourself.
Yes.
Spread that education
amongst yourselves.
Let that shit fester. Let us get a second, third season with different stories of truth.
Like, motherfuckers can't. They don't know how to talk to each other face to face. They got to make a TikTok. They got to make a reel. They got to have the public masses as if their audience should be bigger than the show itself. You saw the show. Everyone saw it. Now, that's just say you like it. And then when you're amongst each other, then you go into that. Right. But why do you have to the fucking spoilers? That's what pisses me off. Everybody has to be the first to do a fucking spoiler. Why? Why do you have to spoil the shit?
Hashtag HBO execs. Hashtag did you know you really let this go through? Hashtag. It's like,
everything got to be spoiled. Why? Why do you need to feel the necessity to go into deep detail? I get that you love it. I get it. Every one of us do that watch it. But do you have to go publicly and just give what they just snuck by away? Like, I get it, you want everyone to know, but you got to know at some point in time, it has to register in your mind. Well, if they shared it on the show, that magic, and white folks got it and stole it from them, and here I am making a TikTok and a reel that's available to everyone, aren't they just going to steal it again? Doesn't that defeat the fucking purpose? Since you love it so much, you want to point out this truth bomb of wisdom and enlightenment that you found, and you called it an Easter egg? Yes, we got the Easter egg. We understand it. You could have just said, hey.
Message.
Back
right. Message.
Right.
Like, damn, okay, what am I looking for?
Just simple as that. Nah, you got to go into detail. By the Third Reich, this is what they meant when she did the wink. That meant Hitler's dead. Then you got to see it right here. No, man, no.
We're a whole bunch of woke dum-dums.
If Harriet Tubman sat there and gave you a map and said, this is where you need to go by midnight, are you going to really go into the house? And she said, I leave the potato field at 11:30. Wow. We made it, y'all. We got the plans right here. What are you,
Dwight just checked into the Underground Railroad. Like, what?
Hashtag on my way up. What
on my way up. Wi-Fi's horrible down here.
Oh, God. Shut the fuck up and just enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
Because now we don't have it.
Exactly. Now they got to figure out another way to sneak shit like that in. And it's going to be even harder. Because if you mention any of that shit, they're going to be like, you're going to be like that fucking show we canceled. You're going to be like that one show we fucking silenced. I don't think so.
And the beauty of it was that they gave you a story that had gay characters, had different characters that were into different things, comic books, sci-fi. What black person or minority was into comic books or sci-fi at that era when it was happening? Very select and few that kept it amongst themselves.
And they did show that,
you know,
with him. Because they looked at him like, you fucking weird.
Yeah.
And that's how it was.
But it was organic. Now what we're going to get, next time you're going to have to get the flamboyant, over-the-top gay guy that's over-sexualized to sneak in a historical reference.
Yep.
And now, who's going to watch that?
Exactly. Who's going to catch that
and
message?
And not necessarily because people ain't trying to catch that message or see that. It's because it's already something that's being poured into your eyes and poured down your face. That's a bad reference. But
well, basically, you limited the messenger.
Yeah.
Basically, you limited the messenger. So on a show like that was broad, now you've reduced that character to be put on a show that would have a limited or a different audience.
Exactly.
That wouldn't be as broad.
No.
And that's not going to be enough to pull a new viewer in. Unless you sharing some shit like, I got proof that the grassy knoll was like 3 different shooters and shit. Like, you're not going to get that again. That's like in a fucking bottle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the fuck up out of here. That is our time. OG is up next with Fire in the Streets. We will catch you guys here tomorrow for Toxic Tuesday. On that note, we are out.
Luffy, baby.
Laters.
Want to lose weight and look great? Nothing burns fat faster than Stacker 2.
Well, boss, what about this Dina stuff? And this Metabo?
Whatever. Forget about it. This family only uses Stacker 2. The world's strongest fat burn.
One thing I wanted to say is, don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool. It's cool to use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There's a war going on. The battlefield's in the mind. And the prize is the soul. So, just be careful. Be very careful. Thank you.
HittingHardRadio.com is anything goes.